Hello, beautiful friends. Welcome back to another Vinyasa practice. We are in our 4th week of Niyamas, which means that we're almost at the end of our philosophy series, which we've been running since December. Just to recap, Niyamas are kind of qualities and values for how we can turn up more internally within our practice. And this week we're going over Svadhyaya, or self-study. Now, there are a couple of different interpretations of this. I think we can find observation, find awareness and opportunities to study ourselves in almost every moment of the day that we are conscious. And maybe that's finding awareness of how we act or react, or, the interrelationship between our thoughts, our body, our mind, our spirit. But we can also study ourselves when we read spiritual books, or we listen to people who may know more about spirituality, or working towards the state of samadhi, which is kind of this bliss state where we are kind of free from attachment to the material world. And sometimes we need a reference point. Sometimes we need to be able to kind of have someone or something lay the pathway down to see where we are along that journey. And today we're going to be working up into our Bakasana, our crane pose. This is very similar to our Bakasana, our crow pose, but it's a little bit more advanced in the way that the arms are long and the knees are as high as they can, almost up towards the armpits. So the reason why this is more challenging is because we don't have the stacking of the bones that supports our weight, and it requires a bit more kind of lift up through the abdominal wall, through the shoulders and through the legs. And the reason why I chose this for this Niyama this week was because Bakasana is known for its concentration and its patience. It is often lifted up, lifting one knee up in the water, waiting for a fish to come around. And when the fish does come, it strikes. It is also associated with Saraswati, which is the goddess of knowledge. So I thought that this was a pretty beautiful pose to practice Svadhyaya with. Okay. We're going to get into it. Lots of talking during the series. Let's start in a child's pose on our mat. Maybe bringing the knees together or the knees slightly wider. Up to you. Toes together, hips back over the heels, and then maybe reaching the arms forward. And if you did have a block near you, feel free to bring that in for when we do practice our crane, but no stress if not. Just take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Observing the breath as it rises and falls in the body. Can you also take this moment to observe the mind? Not trying to judge whatever comes up in our practice today. Almost like you're seeing this from another person, like a witness. Can you witness yourself here in this moment? An objective standpoint. And with knowledge comes wisdom. The more that we can know about ourselves and how we react and act and how we think, the more we can tune ourselves in and honor ourselves and shift things around as we need. We'll take about another 3 deep breaths here. Maybe you reach your hands out a little bit further, bringing some weight into the palms, into the fingertips, letting the shoulders soften towards the ground, the hips back over the heels. Take it one more deep breath in. And then exhaling through the nose, letting go. And then when you're ready, let's just roll ourselves up through our spine into a tabletop position. Hands come under shoulders, knees come under hips, and then spread your fingertips wide. We're going to shift forward and back on our hands. And as you start to do this, you might feel your fingertips start to grip the ground a little bit more. Feel the shoulders lift up and away from the ground. And maybe you take a couple of circles on your wrists in one direction. And then in the other direction. So we're going to be bringing a lot of warmth into our wrists and our core and our shoulders today. Now, you could stay with the knees down on the ground for what we're going to do next. Or if you felt like a little bit more, tuck onto the toes and lift the knees just off the ground. Feel the core engage, lifting the belly button up towards the spine, shoulders protract away from each other. And then see if you can tap the right knee towards the right elbow or slightly higher. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, take it to the left elbow. Inhale to the right. Exhale to the left. Inhale to the right. Exhale to the left. Inhale. Exhale. One more time each side. Keep lifting it high. Squeeze the foot in towards the glutes. Use your next breath in, sweep the right toes high, three-legged dog. Ooh, draw the right hip down, soften the left knee. Take another deep breath in, maybe lengthening the right leg a little bit more. As you exhale, roll forward, right knee comes to the nose. Set the right foot in between the hands, lower the left heel, breathe in, warrior two. So you're facing your left side of the mat. Clasp your hands into fists and then roll out your wrists. So your right knee is pressing forward over the toes, left toes are drawing in, scooping the belly button up and in, tucking pelvis under. Start to use your next breath in to reach the right hand forward, drop into the hips, elbow comes towards thigh, left hand comes up and over for your Utthita Pajvakonasana. Soften shoulders away from the ears. So really just kind of getting straight into the heat here. Start to look down. Aim to place your right hand on the outside of your right foot and then bring weight into it as you extend your right leg out towards the side of the mat. You might place the outer edge of your right foot down, or you can keep it up for another breath. Take a deep breath in, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips. As you exhale, lower the hips towards the ground. Keep your body facing the side of the mat. Breathe in as you lift your right arm, and then as you exhale, can you side bend towards the back of your mat? So right hand reaching beyond your left foot. Breathe in as you come back through center. Place both of the hands towards the front of the mat, tuck onto left toes, and then step your right foot back into plank option to extend to keep the right foot lifted. Inhale as you shift as far forward as you can into your plank. Exhale to shift back. Inhale to shift forward again. This time as we exhale, bend the elbows, come on down to your belly, chaturanga. Untuck toes, breathe in, baby cobra. Shoulders roll back, squeeze the glutes. And then as you exhale, press onto knees, tuck onto toes, child's pose. Just for a moment, breathing in, breathing out. Of course, you can modify and slow things down as you need. When you're ready, come to your tabletop position again. We're going to try that all on the other side. Tuck onto the toes, maybe lift the knees off the ground. Try to prevent the shoulders kind of riding up by your ears or sinking down. You want to lift up. Breathe in, tap the left knee towards the left elbow. Exhale, cross it over. Inhale, tap left. Exhale, tap right. Make sure that the right knee is not too far off the ground. Breathe in. Exhale. 2 more times each side. Breathe in. Exhale. 1 more. Breathe in. Exhale. Ooh. Breathe in. Three-legged dog. Kick the left heel high. Draw the left hip down. Soften the right knee. Take another deep breath in. Exhale. Roll forward. Left knee to nose. Sit the left foot in between the hands, lower the right heel down. Breathe in, warrior two to the right side of the mat. Clasp the hands into fists again and then roll out the wrists. Can you drop into the hips a little bit more? Breathe in as you extend the left hand forward. Exhale, elbow towards thigh, right hand comes up and over. Little squeeze of the glutes. Rotate your chest back a little bit more. Start to look towards the ground. Hand comes to the outside of the left foot. And then bring weight into it as you extend your left foot out towards the side. Option to lift the left foot if you wanted to. Take another deep breath in, lift the hips. Exhale, lower them towards the ground. Keep the chest facing the side. Breathe in as you lift the left hand high. And then as you exhale, side bend, reaching the right hand towards the right foot, left hand up and over. Come back through center. Breathe in as you bring both of the hands down, tuck onto right toes. Exhale, step back into plank. Knees, toes, or left foot off. Breathe in, shift forward. Exhale, shift back. Hips in line with shoulders, breathe in. This time as you exhale, chaturanga, option to lower halfway. Breathe in, scoot forward, maybe upward facing dog. Squeeze the glutes, lift the heart. Exhale, let's travel back, downward facing dog. Although know that you can take child's pose along the way. Keep your focus on your breath. Using these moments to observe our body, observe our mind, and the relationship between them. Use your next breath in, make your way to the top of the mat. Land your feet about hip width distance and then fold yourself forward. Tucking the chin in, softening the knees. Ardha Uttanasana, hands come to the shins, lift yourself halfway. Exhale to fold again. Try rise on your breath in as you sweep the arms wide and then high towards the sky. Exhale, hands by the sides, soften the shoulders. We're going to roll through 3 rounds of our Surya Namaskar, or 2.5 rounds. Breathe in and lift. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bend your knees, fold yourself forward, Uttanasana. Halfway lift on your breath in. Exhale, hands to the ground, step back through your plank, flow through your chaturanga. Inhale your back bend of choice, shoulders away from the ears. And then as you exhale, send it up and back, Ardha Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Take one more deep breath in here, soften the knees. Exhale, try push the hands through the ground as you travel your hips up and back. Use your next breath in, maybe to walk, or you can bend your legs, look forward, come high onto toes. Exhaling to hop forward, folding between the legs. Uttanasana. Halfway lift on your breath in. Exhale to fold. Rise on your breath in. Exhale. Hands by the sides, Tadasana. Let's try that again. Breathe in and lift. Find length, and then as you exhale, root yourself down into your feet. Halfway lift on your breath in. This time on your exhale, option to find your Kakasana, crow pose. If you haven't tried this before, hands kind of under shoulders, fingertips spread wide, elbows bent back. Just like I mentioned before, the joints stack on top of each other here. So you bend the elbows and the knees are going to stack on top of the elbow joint as you shift your weight forward. You might stay here, you might lift one foot off, you might lift the other foot off, pointing the toes, trying to squeeze the heels towards the glutes. And whenever you are ready, we will flow back into our downward facing dog, however you would like. So you could try to jump back if you'd like, breathing in. And then as you exhale, you bend your elbows. By the time the feet land at the back of the mat, it's kind of hard to talk while you're doing that. Come up and back, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. One breath, breathing in. Breathing out. Use your next breath in to make your way to the top of the mat. Exhaling to fold lightly. Halfway lift on your breath in. Exhale to fold. Rise on your breath in. Exhale, hands by the sides. Let's try that again. Breathe in and lift. Exhale to fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Shoulders away from ears. Exhale, hands down. Maybe your Kakasana. Bending the elbows. Taking a deep breath in here. And then as you exhale, flowing your way back. Nice job. Okay, just for fun, we're going to do that one more time. I think it's quite fun to play with that Bakasana. Use your next breath in, make your way to the top of the mat. Exhale to fold. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold again. Rise on your breath in. Exhale, hands by the sides. Breathe in and lift, maybe baby back bend. Exhale, ripple forward. Halfway lift, maybe looking forward a little bit. Exhale, hands down. Maybe your Bakasana, your crow, maybe not. This is your practice. You modify, you change, you take, you leave as much as you want. Downward facing dog. We've got a main sequence, but we're only going to repeat it once each side. So I invite you to bring your awareness as much as you can to the movements, to the breath, and stay present and focused. Use your next breath in, find your way into your tabletop position. A couple of different options for where we can go next. Untuck the toes. You might stay with your hands under shoulders and then lift your knees up high. Okay, coming into a little kind of curling ball. To make it more challenging, you could walk your hands back a little bit further. We'll do this about 3 times in total. So breathing in to lift, pressing away, drawing the knees in. Exhale to lower. If you wanted to, go a little bit further back. Shoulders away, breathe in. Exhale to lower. Think about protracting the shoulder blades. Maybe walk it back one more time, breathe in. Hug, 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 lift the knees as high as you can. And then exhale to lower. Nice. Tuck onto the toes. Sit back on your heels and then lift your knees off the ground to find a narrow squat. And it's okay if the heels are off the ground here. Take one more deep breath in. And then as you exhale, lift yourself up. Fingertips towards the ground if they meet. Right toes lift. Standing splits. Eye gaze on your left big toe. Right leg is long. Start to bend the right knee. Peel the right foot close towards the hips. Use your next breath in. Start to curl forward a little bit. Right knee taps towards right armpit. And then as you exhale, bring it back. Lifting the right knee as high as you can. 2 more times. Breathing in. Curl, press away from the ground. Exhale to kick back. Try to keep the foot close towards the glutes. Last time. Breathe in and curl. This time as you exhale, start to roll yourself up to standing. Almost finding stork pose. The right knee is lifted. You could stay here. Maybe hold the hands around the leg, or peace fingers come around your right big toe. Left hand to hip, and then try to extend your right toes away. Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. Right shoulders draw back. Take another deep breath in here. As you exhale, option to release the hand around the foot and just point it out. Right hand comes towards the hip. 2 more breaths. We're going to take a long step forward with that right foot. It's probably quite far down at the moment. When you're ready, long step forward. We bend the right leg, left leg stays long. Breathe in, lift the arms. And then as you exhale, active twist towards the right. Left hand forward, right hand back. Make your your left leg really long. You could stay here or start to bring the right hand towards the left thigh. Left hand comes up and over. So you got a little bit of a back bend here. 1 more breath. Start to unwind. Left hand comes down, open into warrior 2. Take a deep breath in. Start to reach the right hand forward. Exhale, right elbow comes towards thigh. Left hand comes up and over. If you wanted your deeper variation, you could take the right hand behind your right foot. And if you do have a block, you can bring it up here to make the distance a bit more. Try to revolve that left shoulder back. Soften shoulders away from ears. Now you could stay here. Well, actually, we're all going to transition out. So place your right hand down just like we did before. Bring weight into the right hand as you extend your right foot out towards the side into your broken triangle. Option to stay here, or bring your right foot back, take the left hand around the outside of the right foot, and then try kick it towards the front of your mat. So you might be a little bit further back, or you might be able to get it up a little bit higher, drawing the left elbow up and over so you scoop your head through. Take another deep breath in, and then as you exhale, bring the foot back out, lower the hips down to the ground, keep the body facing your side of the mat, breathe in, right hand lifts, exhale to side bend. Inhale, come back through center, both hands come to the ground, left toes tuck. Now you could step back into plank if you would like, otherwise keep your right foot out for an extra challenge. Breathe in. As you exhale, chaturanga, shift the weight forward, elbows bend halfway. Inhale, press back up 2 more times. Exhale, lower half. Inhale to press back up. Last time. Exhale, lower half. Inhale to press back up. Use your next breath in. Right knee comes to right elbow. Exhale, right knee to right wrist. And then lay the shin down on the ground. Walk the left toes back so you're setting up for your Kapotanasana pigeon pose. And before we fold forward, because we deserve it, we've been working hard, can you make this active by pressing your body away from the ground, squeezing the glutes and rolling the shoulders back. Take a deep breath in here. And then as you exhale, maybe you walk yourself forward, hands or elbows or maybe the chest. We're not going to stay here for too long. Giving our hands a bit of a break and just letting ourselves soften here. Start to wander your hands back. Place the hands down, tuck onto left toes, and then step back into downward facing dog, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Feet hip width distance. You could stay here or breathe in as you roll forward. Exhale your way through your vinyasa. Taking your time, filling up the breath as you move. So you're not rushing the process. Take a deep breath in once you are back. Deep breath out, letting anything go. Roll yourself forward again. Remember, mind in the moment. Hands can stay underneath the shoulders for a little bit more support, or you could start to walk them back. Breathe in, start to lift the knees towards the chest, tuck the chin in, shoulders away from ears. Exhale to lower, maybe you walk back. If this is quite a lot for your tops of your feet, you can tuck onto the toes, lift the hips, but just know it's harder with the tops of the feet down. Use your next breath in, lift up, curl in, curl in, curl in. Exhale to lower. Last time, really be active here. Breathe in, push away, tuck the chin in, and then exhale, come down. Nice, roll yourself up, maybe flick out your hands, tuck toes, and then lift the knees, lower the heels down for your narrow malasana. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, start to lift the hips, fingertips come to the ground, then lift the left toes high, standing splits. One more breath here. Looking on your right big toe. Start to bend the left knee, bring the foot close towards the glutes. Use your next breath in to draw the left knee towards the left armpit, round through your upper back. And then exhale, lift the left knee high. Inhale to round, press away, foot close to glutes, exhale. Last time, breathe in. This time as we exhale, press through the right heel, lift yourself up to standing. Stalk pose, you could bring your hands around your legs here. You could take your peace fingers around your left big toe, right hand to hip, and then extend the left toes out. Shoulders away from the ears. And your knee might be more bent here. That's totally cool. You work with your body today. There is no pressure. There is no right or wrong. You could stay with your hand out, or you could bring it towards your hip. One more slow breath. Engage the core, engage the left hip flexor. Start to look forward to the top of your mat. Take a long step forward, high lunge, breathe in. Exhale. Breathe in as you reach your right hand forward, left hand back. And then as you exhale, you could stay here in active twist, or left hand comes down to right thigh. Breathe in as you lift the right hand. And then exhale, opening, twisting, side back, bending, all the bendings going on. Breathe in as you open warrior two. Right heel comes down, arms open wide. Exhale, drop in. Breathe in, start to reach forward, bend the left knee a little bit more. Exhale, elbow to thigh, right hand comes up and over. And you could stay here if you wanted a deeper variation. Left fingertips might come behind the left foot. Right hand comes up and over. Know that this is very challenging. So at any point, you can bring a block or something to help assist you to get that right hip open. Okay. We're all going to bring our left hand down, so you can turn to the ground if you need a bit more assistance. Bring weight into the left hand as you start to kick the left foot out, reaching the hand high. Of course, you can drop down at any point if you felt like a little bit more. Take the right hand around the outer edge of the left foot, kicking it out, or maybe kicking it towards the front. Keep lifting the hips up high. Try thread the chest through the arm. Take another deep breath in. And then as you exhale, lower the foot, lower the hips, keep turning towards the side of the mat. Breathe in, lift and lengthen, left hand comes up and over. Exhale, side bend. Oh, such a good stretch for the side body, right? Come back through center, breathe in, hands come down. So you exhale, tuck onto right toes. You, of course, can step back into your plank position, knees or toes otherwise. Breathe in, shift your weight forward. Exhale, lower half. Inhale, press back up. Exhale, lower half. Inhale, press back up. Last time, exhale, lower half. Inhale, press back up. Draw the left knee to the left elbow. Exhale, lower the left knee to the left wrist. And then bring the left foot down. Walk the right toes back. You can adjust your left foot as you need to. You could walk it forward, you could walk it back. Draw the right hip forward, breathe in, get active, push the left knee down, squeeze the glutes. And then as you exhale, release any tension and then walk yourself forward a little bit. Notice where your breath is at the moment. If it's quite high up in the chest, can you drop it down a little bit further into the belly, the ribs? One more breath here. Start to walk yourself back. Press through the palms, tuck right toes, and then send your left foot back to your downward facing dog. You could stay here, you could head to child's pose, or you could breathe in, roll forward, tuck the chin in. Exhale, final vinyasa, elbows come in close. Inhale to press open, rolling the shoulders back and down, and then as you exhale, land the knees. Let's all travel back into child's pose, sinking hips back over heels. Take 2 more breaths here. And when you're ready, just start to come back up, walk your hands back. And we're going to have a little play with our Bakasana crane pose. Now, if you are still working on your Kakasana, your crow pose, go for it. If you are truthful and know that that's where you need to work on, please go for it. This is a more challenging variation. Now, if you have a block nearby, I would highly recommend this. I feel like it helps to lift your hips up a little bit more, which you need for the beginning of your crane. And you're going to bring your feet onto the block. Of course, you can do this on the ground. Spread the fingertips wide. You set your hands up pretty much the same place as you would with your crow. You want to try hug the knees up as high as you can on the arm, keeping the arms as long as you can, although it's okay to have a bend in them to begin with. That's kind of where I am at still. And then you shift your weight forward, keep looking forward, and then you start to lift your feet up
towards your glutes. So your glutes are active, and then eventually you might start to lengthen the arms a little bit more, although I'm still kind of learning with that in my own practice. And you can come down, sit down, shake out the arms, and then try that again. So again, it's a lot more active, it's a lot more lift. You try pull yourself up into a little ball. You want to think about digging your finger pads down, because that's what's going to be your handbrakes as you go forward. And it's totally okay to lose your balance, go forward, go back. Let's try that again. And again, we're just going into this with no judgment, no attachment to kind of where we are today. We're just having a little play, a little practice. If you wanted longer time here, please feel free to stop the video, of course, and play with this in your own time. We are going to slow things down and use our warmth in a really great way to cool down and self-study. Again, it appears in any opportunity, so it can appear during our more heated part of our class, but also during the slower part of our class. Okay, so as we slow down, can you observe your breath, observe your thoughts? Let's bring the feet close towards the hips. Sorry, we're coming down onto our back. Should mention that. Bring your feet close towards your hips. Hands come down by the sides, and when you're ready, you might stay here, or you might press the heels down as you lift your hips up high, squeezing the glutes, letting the knees track over the toes and giving some rest to our wrists and our forearms. You could stay with your hands by your sides, or you could shuffle onto the tops of your shoulders, maybe clasping the hands together. Pressing the elbows and the pinkies down towards the ground to help push the chest up a little bit higher to make this a back bend. Let's take another deep breath in here. And then as you exhale, release the hands. Shuffle the shoulders back out and then lower yourself down to the ground. You're just going to roll up very slightly and bring the elbows behind us. So elbows underneath the shoulders. Take the feet wide along the mat. Draw the knees in one direction. And then lift them up and then switch it over to the other direction. Breathing in, come through. Exhale, dropping towards the left. Inhale, come back up. Exhale to the right. Little squeeze of the glutes here. Tuck the tailbone under. Keep pressing the knee towards the ground. We'll try one more time each side, breathing in. And then exhaling. Breathing in. Exhaling to the right. You can stay here or start to lift yourself up. Turn your right hand away. Left hand reaches behind, breathing in. And then as you exhale, you can thread your left hand through towards the right, dropping the shoulders down. Big twist through the thoracic spine, a little bit of cervical spine, a bit through the lumbar spine as well, the lower back. You could rest maybe the forehead down on the forearm if it reaches, or the left side of the temple. Come back through center. Maybe you stay here. You could fold yourself back. Another option is to extend the right leg out long, tuck the left foot in a little bit more so the tops of the foot comes down, and then you come back into your Ardha Virasana, your half hero's pose. If you wanted to try full hero's pose with both feet behind you towards your hips, go for it. Again, think about tucking your tailbone under, so squeeze the glutes, most like the top of the hip bones are trying to pull to the bottom of the ribs. Take another deep breath in here. Exhale to release. Walk back up onto your elbows. Take your feet wide along the mat again, and then turn your knees towards the left. Turn the left hand around, breathe in, right hand lifts. Exhale, twist the right hand towards the left as much as you can. So keep trying to walk it out, walk it out, walk it out. Maybe the head touches down, or maybe it's just hanging. Take another deep breath in here. And as you exhale, let's start to unravel. Options, you could head back like this. You could tuck your right foot in a little bit more. Left leg could extend out. And if you want to try double legs, go for it. This will be our last asana to head into before Shavasana. One more deep breath. If you are down on your back, starting to roll yourself up a little bit more. Extend your right leg out, and we'll roll down onto our back. And if there are any other positions that you would like to move through before we rest for a couple of minutes, go for it. Maybe tucking the chin in a little bit once you have landed in Shavasana. Legs might be long, they might be bent. Arms could be by your sides, they could be on your body. And when we find this moment of pause, moment of pure awareness of ourselves in this moment, we might start to enter into states of bliss. Sometimes we don't recognize it to begin with, but the more we practice it, the more we begin to understand. If you've noticed any tension creep up in the body, just take a deep breath in. Deep, deep, deep. As much as you can. Exhale, let it release. And slowly wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers. Eventually we'll make our way up into a seat. As we go into the rest of the day, how can we study ourselves? How can we bring awareness to ourselves in the practice of life? And with knowledge comes wisdom. Maybe we bring hands through heart center. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Bowing our heads in honor of this practice of yoga. Honoring ourselves, honoring however we turned up today. Making space for that. And from me to you, namaste. Thank you, everyone. It's such an honor to be here with you and to play with you and build heat with you. If you really love this video, I would love to hear in the comments below. These make my day, and it is really awesome to know that someone's out there watching this video and moving with me and learning something maybe along the way. And if you wanted to support me a little bit more directly and wanted to deepen your yoga practice, then you can head over to our Patreon account, which I'll link down below. This is where we have longer classes, and it's a great way to connect with me as well, and I can connect with you. Anyway, I'll see you next time.